Hello, welcome to Lackluster Reactions. I'm your Lackluster Director, here today for another episode of SpyXFamily. Last week we had a spy within the WISE. I was about to say the information net. Spy agency. That's a good term to use. Spy agency that Twilight works for, and it could blow a lot of covers. So we're currently on a mission to stop this Winston Wheeler from making contact with the security agency. So without further ado, let's get started. But yeah, we were last week we were playing spy games with them trying to expose their own motive in their organization by saying a specific color of stone independent. You're only at 5%, why are you so loud? Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna turn down mass volume. Okay, so, and they were expecting for to be tried to come forward and instead of Wheeler. So the real question is, where do we go from here? Again, this is going to be solo Twilight, just like the last story arc was solo Anya. And just like last season we had, Yora have her own big story arc, so. Which, Twilight and Anya's story arcs aren't going on as long, but as a trade-off, they're the ones we usually have in the main spotlight, well, your story arcs are usually the tertiary ones. Now, seeing Scarfy in the opening, we haven't really got him that much this season, have we? Well, either way, it's time for us to get on to the show and see how this mission's gonna go. Good luck, Twilight. How to a definite suicide. Okay, it was Twilight. Nice. Always good to have an escape plan. And a minigun within a suitcase. Nice. Yeah, no, that's Twilight. Good catch. Well, you say that, but well, he's finally getting this fight against Twilight he wanted. There's no reason to hesitate just because he's someone you know. That's a general bad sign, but just might. Most likely. You can say that. He's down, run. You could have closed your own route running. Now he's out. Good move. Yeah, you're gonna need to move faster, Twilight. You're not gonna feed your prisoner, really? Oh no, he's immune to damage from living with you, isn't he? Yeah, yes. Now run backwards. Keep an eye on him, but move fast. Yep, he's moving. Okay. Still want to get out of there before he does that again. Well, Twilight? Not 100% sure that's the right option, even if he is yours brother, but he's kind of crazy, so. But good on you, I guess, Twilight. One of the two potential options, which both are equally right, I would believe, but Nice. You're writing a narrative that you know he'll take as a knowing his level of competence. Good. Game of chess on both sides. He's confident to know he's followed, but is he confident to be able to actually defeat Nightfall? Yeah, no. Apologies. Don't assume it's the only copy. That too. Oh, nice. A moment, I need to get some water. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Should know I need some water nearby for when I am generally in the winter, since that's when my throat acts up. But let us get back to the show. Nice. And you're going to the sewers as well. But any of the information spilling is going to be bad. Focus. Focus on surviving. Yeah. Nightfall. Focus. That's why you're surviving. Well, at least she's consistent. But I think Wheeler and Troy are gonna run into each other. So yeah, he's as good as you. Put aside. Yeah, you've triggered her. No. Yes, Joey. Yeah, he's close. Yeah, they're smart, and he could realized Triads can't cover, but not today. No Triad. Well, Nightfall. What do you guys do in this situation? And that's why I'm gonna lose in the end. You're not paying attention to what's under your foot. Oh, so that's what does him in, underestimating how far people are willing to go for bonds. Okay. I've always had a positive appreciation for the stringy-haired ghost girl look, so props to you on pulling that off Nightfall. But so yeah, when he was talking about bonds, I thought what was going to happen was Twilight, who was under his foot, was going to push up, weakening his balance so that her hit goes through. But no, Nightfall was just angry enough to cover it all herself by breaking her arm as well. So props for that. But the mission's not over yet. So is there going to be any more kinks in solving this problem, or is all that we're getting next episode cleanup? Because that would seem like a pretty definite blow, but I guess he can still get up and try to get away, so we'll have to see. But for now, let's see what is happening next week. Okay, so at this point it is a world where we cannot survive. Uh, running back and potentially seeing the wound on Twilight's arm is going to be the one big hitch in this, but no, in the preview they didn't show anything about any more pursuit against Walker, so I think that issue is actually solved. A little bit anticlimactic, but overall the show's also a comedy, so some anticlimactic ends to battles works out. But that's it for this week's episode. I hope you all have a good week, and I look forward to next week's episode. Hope some of you stop by to watch the movie as well. Until then, take care.